are, Ghoulies, and here we are once again in the laboratory. And you know, I've had problems with one sidekick or another here on the show, and tonight I am going to bring to life the perfect co-hostess that we've always needed on Crimson Theater, the perfect gothic beauty, the perfect, the girl that'll always agree with the doctor. You know, that's what we need here. You know, and I've had, you know, we've got Carmichael the Bedbug. How did you get that name anyway? What's happenings with you anyway? I don't know. Anyway, terrible conditions here on Crimson Theater. Edgar Winter eagerly anticipating his Hump into Spring Fall show.
Jump into Spring.
Jump into Spring? Yeah, I don't even see you here. You're going to have to move over. See?
Hey,
where's Lenny, the 14 cameraman, when you need him? It's not easy keeping up with his 20 girlfriends, I suppose, at his age. You know, they're going to kill him one of these days. Anyway, Ghoulies, now I got a very interesting diagram here. Help me out there, Bedbug. It's about tonight's experiment. Can we see this here? We got a good look here. I don't know. All right. There's some cobwebs in the way. Where are we going? That's this. See? We plan things out on this show right here. All right. Now, I want to start out with, all right, there it is. The brain. We've been experimenting on brains several times. Now, new information has just been released that they find that the spinal cord has a brain of its own. Whoa! That spider was quick. They found that the spinal cord has a brain of its own. Now, as we know with the bedbug, there are brains in several parts of the body, all right? And we got some, flack saying, you got to name the bedbug. Well, it's obviously Carmichael the Bedbug for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? Now, no, it is not a famous radio talk show political host might just be on AM radio between 8 and noon. It is not him in the bedbug costume. Now, if you look here, the AM radio talk show host here, he has major brain dysfunction. I don't know what causes that. It's probably because his waist size and his height are the exact same inches. Could that be the problem? And this is definitely causing stress on the brain, which is not located here, but down here somewhere in the hindquarters. Well, you know what I'm saying. Did we get that out of the way? All right, here, get this out of here. We got to get on the way with this experiment here. Anyway, Ghoulies, we got a fantastic feature for you tonight here on Crimson Theater. Yes, it's the Al Adamson classic. You guessed it, Dracula versus Frankenstein, which is a bit of a springtime tradition here on Crimson Theater. It is plenty of classic actors in their final roles. Al Adamson was murdered, by the way. I don't know if it had anything to do with him making this movie or not. And, well, it's a Greek tragedy in many ways, this fine feature. But with its carnival atmosphere, horrible makeup, terrible set design, something we know nothing about here in Crimson Theater, of course, it's a perfect, this movie was made to be on a horror-hosted show, a cheesy show like you might expect from the great state of Wisconsin. So, without further ado, I think we better flip the switch and see if we can bring this new creation to life. The only thing seen now is, of course, the bare feet. For people with foot fetishes like Fred Chiappetta, well, we did it for you, didn't we, tonight? All right, all right. Flip the switch, turn on the knobs.
We got brain frequency.
We got it?
We got brain frequency.
Do we got frequency?
Yes.
All right, turn a few more switches here. All right, you know, no expense was spent to bring you this feature. Oh, yes. Wow. I think I need a drink.
What do we got here?
I don't know. Oh! Oh, my God! She's alive! Oh, there you go, Ghoulies. We've done something right on Crimson Theater. Looks like she could be the perfect horror hostess for Kenosha. She has a certain glow about her. I don't know. Wow. It's amazing, Ghoulies. Who forgot the jumper cables? Anyway, Ghoulies, you're going to get right back into it now. We'll be back with our new co-hostess in just a minute once she figures out what the hell she's doing on this show. I wish I knew. You get right into it now. Dracula versus Frankenstein on Dr. Destruction's Crimson Theater. We're always having a good time, especially when we bring someone to life on this show. Besides our audience, of course. Get right into it now.
Who's there?
So light it buckles our knees.
Are we having fun, dear?
Yes, she travels light.
I carry nothing at all.
You're nothing's way a ton, dear.
Well, after all, a girl needs the basic essentials to simply get around.
When there, what do you got in there?
Well, in there I carry my telephone, the one I tore from the wall.
But why do you carry your telephone?
When I leave home, I'm liable to get a call. See what I mean?
If we decide to travel to France,
I hardly think that I'd refuse.
But if we give Alaska a glance,
I brought along my jeweled snowshoes. I'm even ready for Africa. The guns are in there right now.
but where would we work in Africa?
There's only one place, the Hilton Mau Mau.
You want guns?
Right.
You want snowshoes?
Uh-huh.
You want television set?
Of course.
Champagne and telephone?
Champagne and telephone.
Oh, those-
My gosh, I forgot my clothes.
Wow!
Like I said before, I never take any more than necessary.
Yes, you travel light.
I never take any more than you two can carry. Loose and fancy free. Oh, that's how it's gotta be. I travel light.
Long or right,
Oh, I travel light.
day or night.
Yes, when I travel, I travel light.
We travel
That's great.
Yeah, let's put it in tonight. Huh?
Yeah, just leave the rocks out of the suitcases tonight, huh?
Oh, I'll see you later in my dressing room.
Okay.
Miss Fontaine?
Yes,
Telegram.
thank you.
Joni Fontaine still reported as missing. Sergeant Martin, Missing Persons Bureau.
Do you think you could remember to find your way back, Miss Fontaine?
I'm afraid I lost you on the second turn.
Have a seat. I didn't ask you that question to be funny. But if you think our few corridors are complicated, where do you start roaming the back streets of Venice?
I've got to find my sister, Sergeant Martin. You know, Joni and I were both orphaned for quite some time, and I'm the only one she's got.
I got the impression when we first met that you're just not the kind to sit around and wait for things to happen.
That's quite true.
Let me tell you something, Miss Fontaine. In this case, that's the best thing you can do. Sit around and just wait. Here. Your kid sister chose to live with a bunch of hippies out near the beach. Now, it seems that living near the water brings out the best and the worst in us. There's an amusement park just east of the pier. It's a hangout for pushers and white slavery operators. Oh, yeah, we still got them around. And you'd be surprised just how many young girls come out here just hoping to get involved in all this kind of stuff. There's some shots. Murder. Rape. Beatings. Now, maybe you asked yourself the question, why do all these terrible things have to happen? Well, it took me 21 years of my 22 on this business to get the answer. And at last I have it.
What is the answer?
These people want these things to happen. Does that sound too simple? Well, not really, because it's the most complicated thing in the world. Nobody but nobody knows anything about the subconscious, Miss Fontaine. Not even ourselves. Yeah, it's a dark, dark world, Miss Fontaine.
See, Dr. DeRay's Preacher Emporium. It's the greatest living thing in the whole wide world. Only 50 cents a person. 50 cents for the ladies, 50 cents for the men. Dr. DeRay's Preacher Emporium. The living creatures. See how his head is chopped off. See the blood squirting right up before your very eyes. When you see this creature, you will be so stunned that you won't know that you're alive.
Hey, where are we going?
This way. Come right inside. Hey, you gotta have a ticket to go in here.
All right. We want to buy a ticket.
We want to buy a ticket. We want to buy a ticket. We want to buy a ticket. $1. See what I do with it? I eat it. Let's go. Come right in. Do not be afraid. This is Dr. DeRay's Preacher Emporium. Before you, you will see sights that you will not believe. But I assure you that each and every one of them is true and has happened many times in history.
But I don't even see anything.
You see? You must open your eyes to see things. There's more to come.
It is only an illusion, children. It's all right. Of course you are frightened because this is all unknown for you. The greatest mysteries in the world are not mysteries at all unless we take time to become familiar with them. He's really a gentle fellow. But put that mask on him, and the whole world will gladly turn against him. I have this exhibit unattended for several reasons. I believe we all should experience life with a natural spontaneity. And this can only happen if there are no restraints. Do you agree? The Romans had their Circus Maximus, seating over 200,000. But their spectacles were no more bizarre than that which I can conjure up for you right here. Now, look here. Now look there.
Man, it sure looks real.
True, all illusions look real, or they wouldn't be illusions, would they?
Man, that place would give anybody the creeps.
Poor baby, you're afraid of everything.
Yeah. Come on, let's get ready for the big protest tonight.
Why are we protesting tonight?
I don't know, but I'll bet it's fun.
Well, Groton, I see you've arranged the tables correctly this time. What about the temperature? Have you tested it to the exact degree? You heard them up there, Groton. They want to see an illusion. They do not realize that the reality itself is the grandest illusion of all, and that human blood is the essence from which future illusions may be created. But the secret is not to have the blood at rest. No, the circulatory system must experience a traumatic shock, one that is inconceivable to the human mind. The idea of trauma is not a new one, but I am sure I am the first such experimenter to incorporate the horror of an actual decapitation with the later rejuvenation of a human body. My, it's remarkable. A few scars. Scars that with time will dissolve away. Nothing more. Has she not been drugged into a surface somnolence, she could walk away from us now as though nothing had happened on that fateful night. But of course we cannot allow that to happen. No, not until enough of the serum has been made and tested. Oh, she's a lucky young woman, Groton. We have desperate need of her blood. She has survived decapitation and is manufacturing the right type of vital fluid for us. We are not butchers, Groton. We don't have this young lady here to merely drain her body and cast her aside. No. We are scientists, and we must have others to experiment with. You understand that, Groton? And you also understand what must happen to you once again. Now, Groton, on with the work we must continue tonight. my tools, Groton. You have yours. Don't wander away from the pier. We all wait for you, Groton. Walk silent and walk well.
Dr. DeRay, I presume. I hope your busy schedule will allow me a brief visit with you.
What do you want? It's late. And my exhibit is closed, and how did you get in here anyway?
Oh, that is unimportant, Doctor. You see, I know your secret. There are ways that we can help each other.
All right. Come into the light and we'll talk.
Pleasant surroundings. That sounds like peculiar conversation for a man who's the last living member of the family of Frankenstein. Is it not, Dr. DeRay? Or should I say Frankenstein?
I am too old and too sick to be interested or surprised by anything. But when a man comes into my house and casts no reflection on my mirror, and upon his hand wears the unholy crest of Dracula, there is no scientific answer to anything. Now what is on your mind, Count Dracula?
Dr. Frankenstein, I know you were raised by the DeRay family. Before your crippling accident, were discredited by members of the Medical Institute because of your real family's background. Cut short a rather brilliant career, but your mind and surgeon skill were meant to fulfill the Frankenstein dream and to infuse life into that artificially created man, the likes of which civilization will never forget. Cannot escape your destiny, just as I cannot escape mine.
What you say is very true. Very true. If only I had a way to get the power I should have, I'd show those fools out there who think of me only as a carnival freak. And
get your revenge on Doctors Beaumont, Stedman, and Markey, who ruined your career and caused the accidental fire which crippled you as you are now.
Yes, yes. Yes, it's all clear now. They were the ones. But what does this mean to you?
I have in my possession the remains of the original Frankenstein monster, put to rest in Oakmore Cemetery by one of a group of scientists whose experiments with the monster were cut short by an epidemic which plagued this area many, many years ago. The only remaining scientist had secretly buried the monster, hoping to resume his experiments at a later date. He also was the man who discredited you for fear that you had knowledge of his work with the monster, Dr. Beaumont.
Beaumont. When Groton returns, he will be...
Relax, Doctor. I will give you orders and you will follow them.
You don't frighten me. I live beyond fear.
with me will be a more intelligent decision, Doctor. We cannot wait. I will help you now. We must prepare your laboratory for him.
A monster.
Yes, and all those who would meddle in the destinies of Frankenstein and Dracula will see an infernal bloodbath the likes of which has not swept the earth before.
Laura, you're gonna have to learn to relax.
I am relaxed. I wish you wouldn't keep saying that.
Ooh, I love to have you in my arms like this. I like to think of you as belonging to me. Oh, come on, will ya? The second time you've done that tonight.
I hear it again. Like a huge dog prowling the beach.
Well, he's probably looking for his mate, and I found mine.
Bob, I don't want to stay here any longer.
All right. All right. The first thing you said when I picked you up tonight is you were tired of being in a crowd, right? You wanted to go someplace quiet and alone. So, I blow $1 on gas, we come all the way out here. You know what's the matter with you, don't you? It's that damned imagination of yours. Hey, wait a minute. I hear it now, too.
Oh, don't listen to it. Let's get out of here.